Welcome, young Padawans.
Today I thought I'd interview a ninja, just 'cause. So, without further ado, please meet... What was your name?
You can call me Hanabi the Great.
Alright then, Hanabi.
The Great.
So, tell me, what's it like being a ninja?
Superior in every way.
Can you go into a little more detail than that?
I won the Hunger Games.
Did you really?
Yes, I hid and no one could find me. The kid they thought was going to be the victor died of old age before they found me.
Didn't you have a tracker in your arm?
Oh, young grasshopper, when will you learn? Tracking devices don't work on ninjas. Only money. No money, no parts, no deal. And no one else has a T-14 hyperdrive, I can promise you that.
Oh, of course. Sorry. So, tell me, what's it like being a girl in the world of ninjas?
There are no boys and girls, only ninjas. Like angels.
How do you get ninja babies?
Ninjas live forever. We have no need of offspring. Except for sentimental purposes, of course. In that case, we borrow them from our friends and roommates. Nanny is actually an affectionate diminutive of ninja.
What are your hopes and dreams for the future?
Well, I am planning to open a bakery with one of my ninja friends.
A bakery?
A patisserie. We're going to call it Pastries with Panache.
I had no idea ninjas were into baking.
Well, as you know, pastry making is one of the lost arts of Japan. Many millennia ago, the French stole the idea of bread from the Japanese. Deprived of their bread, the Japanese subsisted on rice, fish, and seaweed for many centuries. Then, we sailed on French shores.
To reclaim your bread?
Actually, because they had kidnapped the emperor's daughter, Pan. But they gave us bread as a peace offering, and it turns out the princess liked the French, so we left her there and took the bread. We call it the War of Pan.
Well, I heard they invented croissants after they defeated the Muslims at Vienna.
That was after they got the idea of pastries from the Japanese. The Japanese invented pastries and coffee.
But coffee doesn't grow in...
Iced coffee. We invented iced coffee.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you, Hanabi.
The Great.
Hanabi is a little crazy, but as far as I know, the Japanese did invent iced coffee. You can get iced coffee in a bottle there, kind of like how you could get bottled water or Snapple. Snapple's still a thing. When I was in junior high, Snapple was like the cool thing, but I don't think I've heard anybody talk about Snapple in years.
Anyway, my mom doesn't like iced coffee anywhere else but Japan. I didn't like coffee last time we were there, so I didn't taste it, so I can't comment personally on it.
I like coffee now. I especially like the idea of coffee. A steaming mug next to your notebook as you write your epic novel, sunlight streaming through the window.
Or, if you're my roommate, a few pots to get you through the day.
Coffee is just such a romantic idea.
In the literary sense.
Think of all the people who have depended on coffee. Leroy Jethro Gibbs, Lorelei Gilmore, the detective in that book, my housemate read that one time, my roommate. You know, I was just at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf and they kept playing this commercial for lattes over and over again in slow motion with the steamed milk pouring out of that little metal container. They make coffee look like such a gourmet art.
Which, after all, it really can be.
I have this theory about why America is a coffee culture. I mean, we drink tea, but we don't have tea houses, we have coffee shops. And we say, let's get coffee. Even if we both go and drink tea, we say, let's get coffee. So many other cultures have tea as their cultural beverage. I mean, England, high tea, scones.
Really good, by the way. Do it sometime.
Japan has tea ceremonies. I'm filming a video blog about tea and coffee. Housemates hear me talking through the door. It's the problem with doing this sort of thing in a communal house. In order to do an accurate video blog without interruption, I'd probably have to move into the forest and become a hermit living in a little shack made of pine needles. Anyway, my theory is we became a coffee culture after the Boston Tea Party. December 16th, 17-something or other, we rebelled and threw all the tea into the harbor. And ever since then, even if we drink tea, we are a coffee culture. So let that be a lesson to you. Things that shape cultures can have an impact for centuries, or at least a couple decades.